Hello, my name is Jair Pratt, and this is my 2025 Senior Showcase project. Now, first off, let's talk about Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, for many of us in this class, in younger years, freshman, sophomore, everyone has a favorite Cartoon Network show. If you all have Boomerang, Hanna-Barbera for some, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, not Phineas and Ferb. Ben 10 for one, definitely. There's so many memories and happiness that watching them, you can't help but go down memory lane. Re-experiencing and re-watching shows is something I feel that everyone can enjoy, and I hope everyone gets the chance to. Back to Cartoon Network though. What is it that makes these shows so interesting? What is it that grabs your attention and makes you stay to truly enjoy the show? I think one of the most important parts are archetypes. The definition of archetype is an original model after which other similar things are patterned. In the psychology of Carl Jung, archetypes are the images, patterns, and symbols that rise out of the collective unconscious and appear in dreams, mythology, and fairy tales. Now, the thing that makes an archetype, or what binds a character to a certain archetype, is the actions that they choose given an event or whatever happens in the episode. When creating a story, your goal is that viewers connect with your characters. They see themselves or people in their lives, but with each person being so different than the last, it's hard to divvy out so many characters to connect to one another. Instead, archetypes were something that became a great brainstorm device for writers to use to easier create characters with depth that can connect and give the viewers a solid connection to the characters. Each one is very, as I've said before, it's different than the last. Archetypes, they vary. You have the creator archetype, the ruler archetype, the warrior, the child, the caregiver, the mentor, the joker, the rebel, the lovers. There's multiple variations of these branching archetypes that give characters a semblance of self. Without it, characters are seen as dull, as they don't have a driving force to help push the narrative along. These characters need these aspects because without them, why would a show be interesting? Why would you want to keep watching the same show? You're more likely to just change the channel. Ben 10 isn't one of these shows. In combination with archetypes, Ben 10 follows the hero's journey, which is a literary structure that has steps or arcs your character should reach as they progress through the story. Most iterations are a 12-step process, starting from step 1, which is home, as the quote-unquote hero lives in their variation of normal, with the most important part, a call to adventure. That's the second step, being the catalyst for the entire story. It starts their journey. The other steps are goals the hero needs to meet to advance the plot. They face highs and lows, emotional and physical ordeals, and yet receive rewards very worth the trials. If you take a sec, there must be other shows or movies you enjoy that pop up looking at these steps. Each story is diverse, sure, but the paths the heroes take don't feel all that different after a second look. The show dived into very difficult issues, whether it be friends turn villains, is the hero the tool or the person wielding it? And what do you do when the only option is to kill? To take that final step and end a life? This is a kid's show. I remember watching this when I was maybe 8, 10. Couldn't imagine anything worse than Ben losing the watch or Vilgax coming on the screen. Vilgax was a heavy problem in the first season. The later seasons, they made him more of a joke, not to be taken serious, but it makes sense because when it was the first season, Ben is a child. Ben is 10, 11-ish, depending on the season, but this is a terrible villain who is a warlord across galaxies. He wants to rule the universe. And the animators, they loved adding him and animating him in such a frightful way. A lot of the time, he wasn't even the villain of the episode, but somehow he was connected to it. If you ever saw a robot, no, it was Vilgax watching. This character who, for a lot of the time, was just a shadow on the wall. It gave you a fright. It terrified people as children. But as Ben kept winning, he kept advancing, he kept evolving, becoming a better person, becoming a better hero, becoming a stronger warrior in his own right, Vilgax became less of a problem. We have been shown that Ben rises to the occasion. He might lose that first fight. I'm not gonna lie. He might lose. He might get whooped, and he's down. He's thinking, I'm not strong enough. I'm not the hero I need to be. And then he has a talk. It'll be with a couple of different figures. It might be the creator, Azimuth. It might be his parental figure, Grandpa Max. Or it might be a close friend, Kevin Levin, his cousin Gwen, or Paradox, who I could do a whole 5-minute on just Paradox alone. But these voices, these truths, they give him a new perspective or help him look back on his own to try and figure out what path Ben needs to take to be the hero he envisions himself to be. Watching this show has made me think about what path I might want to take in life. Should I be someone who helps others? Or should I be someone who, regardless if you're in my path, knock them down and out of the way? One path is right or wrong than the other? Or can you handle dealing with that emotion that you might have at the end of the path, knowing what it took to reach it?